Well, I would love to be there with you in person today, but I am delighted to offer my sincere congratulations to you via video. This grant is reflective of the great work you all do in bringing broadband to rural Minnesota. In March, I had the great opportunity, along with my daughter, this was her spring break, I kept telling her, this is more fun than Florida. We went to Grand Rapids to visit the Blandin Foundation's headquarters. It was part of my county tour that takes me to all 87 counties in Minnesota each year. During that visit, I had the opportunity to meet with Blandin leadership and staff, and we talked about all the exciting work that will be done to strengthen rural communities in Minnesota. It's during visits like these that I can see firsthand the innovative work that businesses and nonprofits like Blandin do across Minnesota. My visit to Grand Rapids was not too long after the announcement of the National Broadband Grant that Blandin received, and it was a great experience to see the excitement that you all have. I know you're going to use this funding the right way to expand broadband access and to unleash the economic potential that this holds for rural Minnesota. This program's great for Minnesota. It will help rural Minnesotans harness the power of broadband to get people back to work and connect with the global marketplace. These jobs should be going to places like Thief River Falls and Lanesboro instead of overseas to India and China. And the only way we're going to do that is if we can compete with broadband. Broadband can expand access to jobs and training, support entrepreneurship and small business growth, as well as strengthen community development efforts. I wholeheartedly agree with Blandin when they say vital rural communities are connected rural communities. We know that widespread use of broadband improves quality of life and benefits healthcare, education, business, and government. I've talked to doctors that the only way they can communicate and find out how to do a special surgery or what the best thing to do for a patient is if they can talk to another doctor over the web. This is especially important in rural areas where individuals often have to overcome long distances in finding a job, education, or healthcare. For small businesses, high-speed internet connections can help them find customers and sell their products across the globe. There are three key components here: availability, affordability, and adoption. Availability and affordability are self-explanatory. Minnesotans need high-speed internet access at a price, because I know some of them have it, but it's so expensive they can't use it. They need high-speed internet at a price they can afford in their homes and businesses, and it has to be fast enough. But adoption is more complicated. It refers to citizens having the computer knowledge to go online and an understanding of what a broadband connection allows you to do. Blandin's Intelligent Rural Communities program benefits all three areas of broadband. This $4.7 million grant will remove barriers to broadband adoption in Minnesota's rural counties through education, training, and technical assistance. Thousands of Minnesotans will receive training in computer literacy, online education, and workforce development. Here's how Greater Minnesota will benefit from this program. It will benefit jobs by enabling 30 Minnesota workforce computer centers to extend operating hours by 8 hours per week. Think of what that means. It benefits exports and small business innovation because 2,000 rural small businesses will get e-commerce and web training. It will benefit healthcare to use the grant to create 10 regional healthcare websites to provide information on local health resources. It will benefit low-income Minnesotans. Anyone who lacks computers will now be able to obtain a computer at a very low cost. Being awarded this grant is just the first step. There is much more to do. Broadband is an essential service for rural Minnesota, and the work you will continue to do is vital. I look forward to working with Blandin and all of the public and private grant partners to ensure that Minnesotans have access to affordable, high-speed broadband service. Kids that grew up in rural Minnesota should be able to live in rural Minnesota, and broadband is the key to that success. Thank you, Blandin.